move. In the backyard, getting ready for three-point contest. You know what? I'm going to ride for this guy. Why are we putting him out like that? That's how I shoot, too, Jalen.
That's hilarious. By the way, Jacoby, I grew up playing on man-made courts. We had the two long pieces of wood, you had the crate on the bottom, and you had the square wood for the backboard. We created a full court in the middle of the street. You got to put some X on the back. Somebody dunk that thing on fall.
Flying around. He is Jay Rose. I'm David Jacoby. We are Jalen Jacoby. What exactly is it that we do?
What up, dog? We give the people what they want.
Jalen, we have an update on Prescott and the Cowboys. We have Jokic going off, and we have the Michigan Marines getting waxed. But we start with the Los Angeles Lakers, who took on the Suns, who all of a sudden are a powerhouse in the Western Conference, and it was those Suns who made pretty light work of the Lakers, even without Devin Booker, who got ejected. What did you see from the Suns?
Everybody's got a little light under the sun, under the sun, under the sun. I saw CP3 leadership. You look at the box score, he scored a lot.
No.
10 assists, that's an average day. But the organization, the offense, and the development of the young players is crucial in this situation. They drafted Ayton. They drafted Bridge. They drafted Johnson. I love all those young player pieces. Monty Williams has done a terrific job of developing those guys in the rotation players. They bring in CP3, bring in Crowder. They have the stability to be a Lakers team that was shorthand. And now when you look at Western Conference standings, Utah got the Jazz, we got the Jazz, and the Phoenix Suns have turned the conference upside down so far.
Absolutely. I also brought in Sarge, who had a night game last night, and it was at this moment when I thought they could pivot. It was Devin Booker getting upset with referee, throwing him a, spirited pass, I would call it. And all of a sudden, he's out of the game. Now, this is the second time when this happened the last couple of weeks. Jake was first. I think he believed to be ejected. However, I thought once he was ejected, that the Suns didn't stand a chance. That momentum's going to switch. LeBron going to take over, and the Lakers are going to win. Well, didn't work out the way. The Lakers ended up losing, and now we have word that LeBron's going to rest tonight for the first time this season against the Kings. Jalen, they should have won this game. They're resting tonight, LeBron. What does this mean for the Lakers move forward as we head into the All-Star break without AD on the team?
For the official that had ejected Devin Booker, let me tell you something about your teammate. His name is Mark Davis, the ball-headed official from Chicago. He don't need to defend him against Devin Booker. He's okay. You don't have to eject him for that. I'm glad that that didn't mess with the outcome of the game. But again, the Phoenix Suns playing against the Lakers and now in the second spot in Western Conference is terrific theater for the rest of the season. And LeBron just resting. Did I tell you? LeBron went to the podium. Never get tired. I don't like low management. I wouldn't do your thing.
I got to show for
like
teammates.
that. I got to show up every night. I got to show every night. And what I tell you, not going to be able to do. And it's only the hard thing to do. And you ready for this? I got another nugget I'll drop on you. On fire right now. Not only LeBron James, but Joel Embiid. I have to find a way to manage him too. Because I like to see numbers that he's getting and balling out of control. But the last two in the playoffs, he's missed game one. LeBron James, Joel Embiid, terrific regular season. Got to find a way to deserve him for the postseason.
And those two seem to be two that are going head for the MVP now. However, the stretch 5 is hot on their heels. It's MVP odd. He had himself a game yesterday, 37 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, blowout win against Bucks. From the stretch mark 5.
This is what the cool kids do when they're in love.
No,
this is how I feel about the Joker. You know how much I just love the Joker. And here's the deal. When you start talking about players in the league, people just omit my guy. But the Denver Nuggets have been one of the better to the last couple of years. And you put his number on the screen versus any player in the league to show dominance. He's a point center. We get enamored and Zion handles the ball. Or we get excited when Joel Embiid does his crazy, amazing cutback. Take the Joker for granted.
Yeah,
we just take the Joker for granted. Runners, floaters, dimes, it don't matter. He's filling up the box score on a daily basis.
Every single night. However, the story of the game, I think, is on the other side of the ball, and that is the Bucks. The Bucks have been so successful in the rest of the season. A lot of that has to do with Coach Bud and the way that he schemes up the defense. However, things have changed this year. The defense isn't exactly the same, and you don't just see it on the floor. You don't just see the final score. You see it in all of the numbers. When you take a look at how productive they were on defense last year versus this year, they're just so far away. Look at the efficiency from first to 11th. Points per game, 8th to 19th. Field goal percentage, first to 8th. Do you look at defensive fallout? You really thought that Holiday, who has been out, would help them with their defense? That hasn't been the case. Jalen, do you think this will hit them as they move into the end of the regular season playoffs?
Sure, my God, serves a lot because you asked me this topic. I think I like big bucks, and I cannot lie. It's a smaller buck deer, a doe-ray deer, a tropical sun. Here's the deal. They're going to be by the playoffs, Jacoby. If they were in first place in the West, if they were in first in the East, if they had the best record in the NBA, you know what Jalen Jacoby would be saying right now?
I'd still be doubting them. I need to see in the play. I'd still be doubting them. You know I would. You know I would. You've been the show a long time.
Exactly. So for the Milwaukee Bucks, it's about health. But I'll tell you something special that I saw recently from the Bucks. And away, they got waxed by the Nuggets. But I saw them perform in a close game. And that dunk that Giannis really got, I'm going to plant that in pocket. Because that is something, at the end of the games, if they're able to get Giannis on the move and not just have him isolate with 4 people around the three-point line, I actually like that. No panic for the Bucks. We're going to focus on staying healthy and getting to the playoffs.
We had a conversation of the Bucks defense, and you referenced Sir Mix-a, and also Sound of Music. Moving on to football, and one of the names you always hear about in the offseason is that of Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. The latest is that they're making progress in sort of talks, and they're coming to maybe some sort of an agreement. However, it's a long way away from a long-term deal. Jalen, if you are Jerry Jones, you can either tag him or sign him to a long, lucrative deal. What do you lean towards today right now?
I'll sign him to a long, lucrative deal. And for Dak Prescott, it's just like, get your hand out my pocket. It seems like every day for the last 3 years, all we talk about is that man money. He's going to eventually get, even if he's going to go to Kirk Cousins out. But if the Dallas Cowboys, I take Dak. Here's the news flash. You already got the discount. You already got it. He was a 4th-round pick. He's been your starting quarterback. You probably paid him, $12 million over the first few years to play star quarterback in Dallas? Now it's time for him to get paid coming off injury. They don't do it, someone else will. And I know Russell Wilson will get a lot of Chris cards this year. He will not get from the Prescott family.
Oh, he will not. And Jalen, I have some news. I don't know if you saw, but last night, the huge game in the Big Ten between Michigan and Illinois, it wasn't even close. Michigan didn't even make him call timeout with a second run. And it was that Trent Frazier who kind of did what Michigan defense, and they got blown out. How do you feel about Michigan women's men's basketball right now?
See, you know I'm a realistic human being when it comes to representing my squad to the fullest. This was for us. This was for us. I'm going to tell you why. The Big Ten Conference is the best one in the country for everybody that's not paying attention. There may be at least 10, count them, 1-0 teams from the Big Ten that make the NCAA tournament. And for us to be in March and only have 1 win, only have 1 loss, y'all can't front. I'm looking at each game like, whoa, we need it. And don't be surprised if we lose another one before the conference tournament, before the NCAA tournament. But that's not going to hamper us once we get there, because I'm getting my scissors ready. That's all I got to say. I'm getting my scissors ready.
All eyes on Ann Arbor as we head into the tournament and eventually the NCAA tournament. And sometimes the things that we need our eyes on intel, you and I need to go to the table. This is actually an old video that was making the runs yesterday, and it is my favorite things I've ever seen on the internet in my entire life. This is whatever, a reg ball, whatever they call this. It's wrestling, and it's basketball, and it resembles other things that I did when I was a kid out there on the blacktop. Mr. Rose, are you going to revitalize your professional basketball career by joining the Ring Basketball League in Rugby?
I can front. Fight this a lot, dog. And I couldn't run up down the court, the young whippersnapper out here today. I could play that. See, I can play that. That looks fun. A lot of
hate falling, and they're definitely going to take you down. They're definitely going to take you down.
Well,
your
here's
back
the thing.
hurts just watching this.
My neck, my back, my neck, and my back. And not only do I not want to fall, what else I don't want to? Get thrown down. See, that's...
Have announced the field for the three-point contest at All-Star Night in Atlanta. They have the following players that have been confirmed, and they all sound familiar. You got Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown, Jay Tatum, Zach LaVine, and Donovan Mitchell. Jalen, Steph or the field in the three-point contest?
The field, in this case, because we're playing the game as well as doing contests the same day, which means anything can happen. Usually the three-point test happens on Saturday and the game happens Sunday. So therefore, of course, Steph is the greatest shooter that I've seen in the NBA, off the dribble, off the catch. He's the only guy that takes 75-foot heaves, and we feel like they're going in. However, if you ask me to take the field, I'm going to take the field. And by the way, how many of those have Method Man on every day? Happy birthday to Cal.
Happy birthday, the Hot Knicks, John McClain. John, the Rockets faced the Nets evening and
hit the brakes. Hit the brakes.
They see obvious return of James Harden. They also announced that one day James Harden will not just be in the rafters of the Gentlemen Clubs of Houston, also the arena the Rockets play in. Jalen, what do you think of retiring number 13?
James Harden is a man after my heart. He's a lefty. He gets buckets. And his numbers retired at a strip club before it was ever retired by an NBA. So that makes me extremely happy. Surprises here. When you look back at the history of the Rockets, they've had some fantastic players. Hakeem Olajuwon to mind is their all-time great player. A Moses Malone player. Ralph Sampson in there.
Of course.
Drexler as he got in his career. Tracy McGrady starred while he was there. So James Harden win MVP and those accolades as a member of Houston Rockets absolutely deserves to have his retired.
Yeah, I am not a championship or bust person. He had a great run for that franchise in that city, and he does all the accolades are coming to him. Baylor remained a one-loss team after an overtime scare from West Virginia last night. Keep it moving or hit the...
What do you think happened first? Cavs retired Tristan Thompson's jersey, or Michigan retires mine?
Michigan will retire all 5 of your jerseys in the greatest ceremonies ever been for a college team in the history of college football. But it won't come 20 years.
Don't worry about that. Keep it moving for now.
Moving on. We
keep it moving.
Something that we haven't seen in a while. A Celtics win streak. Keep it moving and breaks.
As long as Kemp's healthy, the Celtics have up just chance. They're going to need Marcus Smart, though, to play big in the playoffs. Keep him for now.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
The Grizzlies are quietly climbed the ranking in the Western Conference. Keep moving or hit the
brakes. Hit the brakes.
It wasn't long ago that the Wizards were one of the hottest teams in the NBA. They've since cooled off. Helping that cooling were Ja Morant and his 5 points and the Memphis Grizzlies. And you love Ja Morant. Sing his praises.
Yes. You guys have the nerve to talk about NBA basketball and all of the great young stars are happening across the league. Y'all omit my guy. That's my man. That's my man. Make sure y'all put some respect on Ja Morant's name. He attacks basket fearlessly. It's dimes. He's loyal. That guy is a superstar in the making. I know he's not 6'11". I know he's not 185 pounds. But he drives to the basket. When I watch the games, all I do is holla, holla.
Jalen, the Hawks have a new coach, and he's undefeated as the coach of the Hawks. Nate McMillan over for Lord Pierce, and they beat the Heat, and it was Trae Young with back-to-back deep threes that helped them in this one. What do you think about them and a win under the head coach?
Remember I told you this, the Hawks will be in the playoffs. I don't care nothing about playing. I don't care nothing about seedings. Remember I told you this. The Hawks will be in the playoffs. And also remember I told you this. I know we love Nets. They're going to win the East, in my opinion. Sixers have been fantastic. You just mentioned the Boston Celtics, right? And we talked about the Bucks. But remember this, and it's not sexy. The Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers are going to interrupt the Eastern Conference playoffs. Going to interrupt the playoffs.
You unloaded the chamber, all your NBA predictions right here on this TikTok, Nate McMillan. Love doing this show. Moving on to man who's been a show, Ty Hill, the cheetah, tested out a basketball game. We'll on that. Just tell me what you think of this gentleman's game. You more impressed with hops, the jump shots?
Either you sling rock or you got to get jump shot. And you see Wicked, his lefties, he got the awkward jump rolls, Barack Obama, ugly lefty. You know what I'm saying? So it's not jump shot. It's not the jump shot. It's the hops. Look at that, dog. Verse 360s, doubles, dunks.
5'8", windmills.
I'll actually tell you who it's like. That reminds me of a video of Mike Conley Sr. That's who he reminds me of that video. Good youngsters.
Jalen, I have video of Ludacris doing something that is frankly, excuse the ludicrous. Keep moving the brakes. This is Ludacris flying airplane. Now, Dylan Rose, I have a very unpopular opinion about flying planes. Very unpopular opinion.
Only hard to take off and like this is the easy part. Does he look stressed? What's he doing? He's just sitting there in the chair. Like he's not doing anything. You know he didn't in the plane. Like I can do that. This is basically for the gram. Hot take. Flying easy. Landing and taking off hard. You think?
I just like to see my friends be rich and try the things. That's all this is. That's all it is. I got so much money. What can I try today? You know what I'm saying? You know,
all the sex and all the drugs. Let's fly a plane.
Move. Get the way. Get the way. Get the way.
No traffic up there. No one can get out there. Big shout to you, Chris. Big shout to you.
Shout to Michael, my guy.
Mr. Rose, we have some news about the Detroit Lions that will half excite you and half terrify you. We will give to you right after this. You are watching one and only Jalen Jacoby. Jalen, the Ninar Gamble, head coach of the Lions, was asked about what happened, the decision to be made between GM and the head coach don't agree. Here's Alpha.
Here's what I did about a true alpha. A true alpha knows it's time to concede for the betterment of the team.
Jalen, our true alpha.
First off, let me give you a game. Every true leader knows how to follow. Every person that is really loud, that wants to be heard, listens. Every alpha knows how to be a beta. That's out tomorrow.